Welcome to the Welcome to the Veracious Realm. Terrence the Veracious here, and I am Master.
Welcome.
All right, let's do this properly now. Take 5. Welcome to the Veracious Realm. I'm Terrence the Veracious. We're gonna get right into this story time on the time when I got catfished.
Incredibly catfish.
So, I was fresh out of boot camp. Yes, boot camp. Fresh out of boot camp. So, being fresh out of boot camp,
We're not allowed to do anything with girls, but I heard people still did things with girls. But I was not one of those people that did anything with a girl.
so I was, what was it, 2 months? 2 months, no Kama Sutra activity in my,
Kama Sutra regions.
none of that. Yeah, that. So, get to the goddamn point. This is different. I don't do this. But I do this now. I do this now for a fact. I do this right now. This is when I do this. I do this now. So let's get into it. So fresh out of boot camp, I didn't have any interactions of the romantic kind with women. So I was fiending, let's put it simply. I was fiending for some female attention. So I went on Tinder. That's where I went. That's where you get all the female attention nowadays. Ain't that right, gentlemen? Ain't that right? That's a fact. Anyways, I went on Tinder and I post my pictures because I take a lot of pictures. I post all my pictures on there. I get my profile set up. I'm ready. I'm texting. I'm swiping. I had a Tinder strategy. I just swipe on every single thing that comes into my newsfeed, and then I pick and choose from the options that I get once I swipe. That's how you conquer free Tinder without paying for it. That's how you do that. That's how you do that. So, I'm swiping, and I get a like. I had multiple likes, I had multiple matches. That's what they call it, matches. So I get a match, and the match was a person.
Obviously.
The match was a person that had, obviously it was a catfish. You guys know that already. But I was narrow-minded. On getting narrow-minded and inexperienced. That's what I was. I was narrow-minded and inexperienced. I was so narrow-minded that I was blinded to the fact that this person had multiple pictures of women that looked similar but were very different. This was pointed out to me by a friend. He said that these were porn stars, and I haven't been in that scene for months. So, anyways, I'm texting a person now and we get into it, and they can't even speak proper English. There's a whole bunch of typos, an unnecessary amount of typos, but I'm still narrow-minded, inexperienced, raring and ready to go. Like I popped a Viagra. Me and the person are texting, we're getting into it. They're like, yo, we should meet up. I'm like, yes, this is what I wanted. A meetup, that's what I wanted, a meetup. So, we get the meetup going, or we arrange for the meetup, and I don't know, they're talking about where you at? We set up a certain place, and we're like, all right, bet, we're gonna do it in this place. Then they hit me with the stereotypical red flag catfish line that I should have known about, but I didn't, because I'm narrow-minded and inexperienced. Ain't that a fact? So, they hit me with that, and what do? Well, okay, let me tell you what that is first. So, what that is...
I want you to know that I'm Well, I'm some type of something in some type of agency, and we need to arrange something with my company before you can meet me, just for safety purposes.
Or something along those lines, to where they send you a link, and then that link has you put in your bank account information, and then they take your money. But I was a little bit smarter than that. I knew I was narrow-minded and inexperienced, but I was
Just a little bit cautious.
so I gave them an old bank account that had no money in it, that I no longer use, but it was still active. So I put that on there, and the person was just like,
Yo, nothing's, well, something's wrong.
I'm like, oh yeah, I know something's wrong. You trying to take my money? I didn't say that though. I'm thinking that. So I'm just carrying on with it, right? And eventually I realized, okay, this person just wants to take my money. This is not a real thing. So then I'm just leading them on and entertaining myself at this point. So the person is like,
All right, now I see that you're playing games with me. I see that you're playing games.
and I'm still continuing to play my games. Continuing to play my games. I continue to play with my games. I continue to play my games with the person, and because it's very entertaining. I continue to play my games with the person.
Why am I repeating this?
I continue to entertain myself with this person. And they were fed up at that. So, what do we do? Or what do they do? They found me on Facebook and then I forgot to mention a very important part of the story. We exchanged pictures. I sent this person pictures of my pee-pee. I did.
I sent this person pictures of my pee-pee.
This is why I have a no nude policy now from this very story. Don't send any pictures to anybody, guys. Don't do it. Anyways, so I sent this person pictures of my pee-pee, and when I was playing my games with them, they found me on Facebook. So I was playing my games and I knew that they wanted to take my money. So let's summarize the whole story. I was playing my games, I knew that they wanted to take my money, and we had already exchanged pictures and arranged to meet up in a certain place, right? So now they know that I'm playing games, but I'm still entertaining myself with them, but they're tired of it. And so what do? They find me on Facebook and they're like,
Look, this is your Facebook, and I'm going to send these pee-pee pictures that you sent me to everyone on your Facebook.
and then they started taking, what do? Oh my gosh, I really forget important parts. So they had my number as well. We got that far, we got that deep into it. They got my number. So they texted me, well, I gave them my number. We were doing it like that. We went from Tinder to the phone. Yes, anyways. So they texted me saying that, and wow, this is an art that I'm.
Bro, come on now.
Okay. So they sent me a text saying that they were going to send my entire friends list these pictures that I just sent them. Dun dun dun. Terrible, right? So I took countermeasures. This is what I did. I saw pictures. So they screenshotted pictures of people who. They screenshotted pictures of people from my friends list that they were going to send my pictures to, and I knew these people. Like, this was verified. They found me and they found my people in my friends list. So the countermeasure that I took was I went to every single person in my friends list that I cared about seeing those things: my mother, my father, my best friend, and my group of bros. I went to all those people. I went to this group of people and I texted them saying, my nudes have been revealed. I am about to be exposed. I need you guys to report the picture if you see it, okay? So obviously, my friends, my best friend and my group of bros,
Made a laughing stock of me.
my father was relatively calm, and my mother was
Livid.
She was absolutely livid. So let's do a reenactment of how my mother responded to the casualty. The casualty. This is a casualty. This is a crisis. So let's reenact how my mother responded.
TJ!
Something along those lines is what she did to me. It was just a lot of cursing, a lot of bad things. It was not a good time. I really got demolished by her. That's exactly what happened. Anyways, so I cleared that out of the way. So now I had no fear of the person doing that because everyone that I cared about seeing that was already aware that it was coming. So after I gave them a heads up, and you know, the rest of the people, I don't care about anybody else seeing it because size matters, I'm not ashamed of mine. Because I got that. Oh. Anyways, after that, I was continuing to entertain myself with the person, and they were still trying to pressure me into sending or changing my bank account so they can get money from me, obviously. But I wasn't budging, so then the person was like, all right.
Now you're gonna give me $1,000, or I'm gonna expose you. I'm gonna send your pictures and expose you.
And I was like, do it. Do it. Do it! And they didn't do it. That's the end of the story. Nah, for real though. Don't send pictures to anybody. No nude policy. After that, I have a no nude policy. If any of you girls want to get with me, don't expect any pictures, because you're not getting them. And that's a fact. A fact. A fact. That is a fact. You will not get pictures from me. This is so fun. Oh my gosh. You will not get any pictures from me. Do you hear me? Never. That's the end.